Chicago residents are bracing for potential activation of the National Guard. That's where we're starting the 7 from the Washington Post. I'm Hannah Jewell. It's Monday, September 8th. Let's get you caught up with today's 7 stories. This weekend, President Trump threatened Chicago with mass deportations of undocumented immigrants. In a post on his social media network, Truth Social, he wrote, "Chicago about to find out why it's called the Department of War." As a reminder, on Friday, Trump signed an executive order to rebrand the Department of Defense. The post was accompanied by an edited picture of himself as a character from the Vietnam War movie Apocalypse Now. The picture showed him beside a ball of flames and helicopters zooming over the nation's third largest city. Again, recalling the movie, the post also said, "I love the smell of deportations in the morning." Trump's threats come as his administration is escalating its effort against what he has characterized as rampant crime in Democratic-led cities and states. Yesterday, Trump's border czar, Tom Homan, had this warning for sanctuary cities. Those are cities with immigrant-friendly policies.
You can expect action in most sanctuary cities across the country. President Trump's prioritized sanctuary cities because sanctuary cities knowingly release illegal alien public safety threats to the streets every day.
In fact, research has consistently shown that sanctuary city policies have no significant impact on crime. States face massive new costs under Trump's budget cuts. That's number 2. Trump's One Big Beautiful Bill, as it is officially called, extends tax cuts from his first term that were set to expire. It also adds hundreds of billions of dollars in funding for immigration enforcement and national defense. To pay for those changes, the bill cuts Medicaid funding by nearly $1 trillion and the SNAP food stamp program by $186 billion over 10 years. That will force states to make difficult decisions. Unlike the federal government, states must balance their budgets each year. Deep cuts and changes to Medicaid and SNAP will require state legislatures to cope with hundreds of millions of dollars in new costs each year. Critics of Trump warn that projects ranging from roads to benefits programs are almost certain to be scaled back in the coming years. Number 3. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is considering controversial picks for a key vaccine panel. In June, the health secretary fired every member of the committee that recommends which vaccines Americans should receive. He replaced them with his own picks. Now, Kennedy is looking to expand the panel. A list of potential nominees includes the names of medical professionals who appear to have been highly critical of coronavirus shots. 2 of them have called for mRNA coronavirus vaccines to be taken off the market. Another said physicians, quote, blindly believed in the vaccines. And another criticized the shots in testimony to the Ohio State Legislature. Kennedy's handling of coronavirus vaccines is already under scrutiny. Americans are struggling to access the shots after the FDA narrowed approval of the latest version of the vaccine. Number 4. Russia launched its largest ever air attack on Ukraine. Yesterday morning, Russia sent more than 800 drones and 13 missiles into Ukraine in an hours-long attack. It set the main government building in Kyiv on fire for the first time in this war, and it killed at least 3 people. Trump announced last month, after hosting Russian President Vladimir Putin in Alaska, that the next steps in talks would involve a face-to-face meeting between Putin and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. But Moscow's relentless attacks on Ukraine suggest that Russia is not seriously engaging with the peace process. Meta employees say the company suppressed research on child safety. That's our 5th story. 2 current and 2 former employees at the social media giant recently shared a trove of documents with Congress. They allege that Meta suppressed research that might have illuminated potential safety risks to children and teens on the company's virtual reality devices and apps. According to the documents, Meta's lawyers intervened to screen, edit, or even veto research about youth safety in virtual reality. Meta strongly denied the allegation. The company stressed that its virtual reality devices have long had safety features, including the ability to block problematic users. But experts have long warned that virtual reality can endanger children by potentially exposing them to direct, real-time contact with adult predators. Number 6. Carlos Alcaraz won the U.S. Open and is once again the world's #1 ranked player. For 65 weeks, Italy's Yannick Sinner was the top-ranked men's tennis player in the world. But that reign ended yesterday when the young Spaniard Alcaraz defeated him at the U.S. Open final in New York. This was Alcaraz's 6th Grand Slam victory. And may I remind you, he's only 22. There were some headaches at Arthur Ashe Stadium, though, for fans with tickets. President Trump attended the match, and that led to long security lines outside the stadium. His appearance on screen during the national anthem was met with boos and some cheers, as heard here on ESPN.
Our flag was still there. Oh,
Meanwhile, on Saturday, Aryna Sabalenka from Belarus defeated the American Amanda Anisimova to clinch her 2nd straight U.S. Open title. Although she lost, Anisimova did manage to win 9 games over 2 sets. So she has at least defeated the bad vibes of her wipeout in the Wimbledon final in July. And at number 7, a teenager became the Catholic Church's first millennial saint. Carlo Acutis was born in London and raised in Milan in a prominent Italian Catholic family. Acutis was a computer whiz who loved video games, but his family says in other ways he was not like other children. Since his death from leukemia in 2006 at age 15, he has been credited with 2 miracles. They were both instances of people being healed after prayers to him. The late Pope Francis dubbed Acutis God's influencer. And yesterday, tens of thousands of worshippers filled St. Peter's Square in Vatican City as Pope Leo officially canonized him, along with another popular Italian figure who died young, Pier Giorgio Frassati.
Beatus Petrum Georgium Frassati et Carolum Acutis, Sanctus esse discernimus et definimus.
The making of a modern teenage saint is a boon to a church that has sometimes struggled to connect with young people. All right, you're all caught up. You listen to The 7 because you value the importance of good journalism. If you're not yet a subscriber to The Washington Post, the Labor Day sale is still running for a bit longer. That means that right now you can get a whole year of The Washington Post, our core subscription, for $20. That renews at $120 per year thereafter. You can cancel anytime. This $20 deal won't last long, so head over now to WashingtonPost.com/subscribe. That's WashingtonPost.com/subscribe. There's also a link in our show notes. I'm Hannah Jewell. I'll meet you back here tomorrow.